I like to say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And obviously right now you know what's going on. You got the beer flu, you got the economy crashing, you got them printing more money, which is going to lead to inflation. You've got, um, food production and farming and all of the stuff was hit last year with all these locusts, and people aren't able to hire people to feed the crop, and you had all these floods and all of this stuff happening. So you're probably wondering, why are all these plagues happening, you know? But it's pretty obvious why these plagues are happening if you have if you're into the scriptures, because you've been shown the way to live, and these heathens have lived completely opposite and contrary to how they've been shown to live. I'm just gonna show you a segment and this small little video going into why all these problems are hitting Babylon, and why Babylon is suddenly falling and no one wants to raise her up again.
Martyrs Free Church in Edinburgh, part of the history of Christianity in Scotland. Today it's Frankenstein, which describes itself as both a family-friendly venue and a place for stag parties and bar-top dancers. This is St. Paul's Church in Bristol, England. It's now a school for circus performers. And in Llanera, Spain, the Church of Santa Barbara is now Chaos Temple, a skateboard park. But before you get angry with the owners of Frankenstein, understand that Europe today has more empty church buildings than it knows what to do with. Because Europe is, by and large, no longer Christian. These are the remnants of a lost civilization, Christian civilization. It was once at the very heart of European life and culture. Those days are long gone. Among the British, belief in the Christian God has plummeted.
The trajectory
now stop worrying and enjoy your life.
70-75% of British
people just follow their own understanding.
Theologian Stephen Bullivant, author of Mass Exodus, says Europe's move away from Christianity is accelerating.
People often
let's see what a theologian is. Theology. The study of the nature of God and religious truth, rational inquiry into religious questions, a system or school of opinions concerning God and religious questions, a course of specialized religious study, usually at a college or seminary. So this guy just basically studies the impact of religion and society and everything that goes into it. This degenerate here. Let's carry on.
Me, especially in the Catholic Church, is kind of, what can we do to kind of bring everyone back, And half serious, I always say, well, invest in time machine technology.
The data is clear.
Yeah, you might want to get a beard while you're at it, bro.
Christianity in Europe is dying.
Dr. Harvey Quiani, professor of African Christianity and Theology at Liverpool Hope University, is from the Christian nation of Malawi. He says moving to what he calls Britain's pagan culture was a shock.
Growing up in Africa, growing up in Malawi, Christianity is exploding. The median age of an African Christian is 19. Coming to Europe, these are post-Christian people. They have moved away from Christianity. I teach students who would tell me I'm a third, fourth generation pagan in my family.
God is still moving in Europe, but the larger culture has been lost. And although some governments might still be officially Christian, they are now openly persecuting Christians.
What is hard for people in America to understand
this woman looks like
people in Great Britain
demon.
Really have no notion of what Christianity is.
Attorney Andrea Williams of Christian Concern in London spends much of her time defending clients like Christian Dr. David Nacaret, who, because of his Christian beliefs, refused to call a transgender man a woman and was fired.
In essence, I'm now being compelled to say things which I cannot say. But when I'm told to call a man a woman, or call a woman a man, they're pushing my conscience.
What about the bit where it says keep a beard?
Because I could not serve my Saviour, the Lord Jesus Christ, and do that.
It's the same story for Christians across Europe. In Finland, a Christian member of parliament faces possible prison time for simply tweeting Bible verses that condemn homosexuality. And Bullivant warns it will probably get worse. as Europe returns to its pagan roots.
At the end of that road culturally, I think,
I'm glad they used the word
probably
returned.
like 80-90% no religion.
And so to convince them to pay attention to Christianity again is a challenge.
Only a radical revival
Demon.
can change that. But if we don't, then it's going to get darker yet.
There is hope for Europe, and it could be in something missions leaders called the Blessed Reflex. It was the prayer of early missionaries like William Carey and David Livingstone that one day the gospel would return from the mission fields of Africa and Asia to re-evangelize Europe. And there are signs the Blessed Reflex has already begun.
More like gag reflex.
Dale Hurd, CBN News, London.
Now you could see these heathens have no qualms with setting up circuses in their so-called churches, because there's no level of spirituality in their daily lives. And we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 6 now. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God, the Most High your Father, commanded you to teach, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, that thou mightest fear the Most High your Father, Yahweh your power, to keep all his statutes and his commandments which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's sons, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. So what was that? So you're supposed to walk in these statutes, laws and commandments, because it's the way of life. It keeps everything on an even keel. You know, you don't have things like usury. You don't have women going from man to man. You don't just grow food on the land until, you know, the land stops naturally reproducing food to the point where you need to start pumping pesticides into the land, and then it doesn't even grow fruit like how it should, so it doesn't have the nutritional value that it normally should have. There's a reason why we're given these little statutes and commandments, because it stops chaos from taking over, and these people love chaos. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So the only reason why we're here is to fear the Most High and to walk in these little statutes and commandments. That's it. Not to be a rapper, not to be an actor, not to get your little stupid job where you get fired anyway as soon as there's a quote-unquote epidemic, and you go around with a bunch of masks and gloves, scared out your mind, being witless. That's not your duty to be here. Your duty is not to make money and buy a house that you don't even own, that you have to pay council tax on. Numbers 35:33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this whole land is completely defiled, and the only way to undefile the land is to spill the same blood that these people spilled to take over the land in the first place. And you're watching Babylon's blood being spilt now. Isaiah 3:9. The show of the continents doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And now you could see in that video the continents of that woman with the eyelashes. She looked like a straight demon. The man saying, "Oh, my Lord Jesus Christ doesn't allow me to work with homosexuals, but you don't keep no beard. You're out of shape." Same with that theologian who didn't keep a beard, but you study the scriptures. Yeah, okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And with that, I'd like to say all praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai.